welcome to The Guide.
I'm Will.
I'm Yo.
And today, we're talking about yet another racing game that's debuted this fall.
Dude, good year for racers. I mean,
Totally.
Forza Horizon just blew my mind. And then Need for Speed Most Wanted comes along.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, another really excellent open world racer.
Yeah, I feel like Need for Speed Most Wanted is the arcade rival to Forza Horizon.
I had a problem because I was telling my friends about Need for Speed Most Wanted, and I kept saying, dude, you got to get Burnout Paradise 2. It's awesome. I mean, Need for Speed Most Wanted. It's awesome because it really does feel like the sequel to Burnout Paradise.
Well, yeah, and I mean, it is carried on by a lot of the same developers, too.
Yeah. Now, honestly, within the first 5 minutes of playing Most Wanted, you pretty much know what you're going to get.
Yeah, you know the gist of the game. You're going to be doing the same stuff, just in different areas all across the map of Fairhaven.
Right, and I think one of the things that didn't quite work for me was the cars. Not how they drove and handled, although I thought they're not quite as silky smooth as they are in Forza Horizon.
Yeah.
They stick a little bit more. They don't have the same, but it's an arcade racer, so
right, yeah.
I'm fine with that. For what I mean, you can drift like a pro within seconds, and you look awesome doing it. So the handling is great for what this racer is. No, what I mean by the cars is the fact that to get cars, all you had to do was just drive around, roll up to one, and jump into it.
Yeah.
You didn't have any sense of either progression or ownership of those cars.
Yeah, there's no real reward because
Right.
you start the game with just about all 41 cars that they offer, which is cool. There's a lot of exotic cars to choose from, but you don't really have to work for them.
Right, and you know, in Forza Horizon, you can paint them the way that you want. They feel like your car, and plus you earn them or you pay credits for. And you know, there's that sense of progression that you get to better and better cars as you go through the game. Now, I get what Criterion was doing here, and in one sense, I liked it. You know, I could get into the fastest car I could find. Like, I found a Lamborghini within 5 minutes. Boom, I was off. That was fun, but at the same time, I didn't really feel as connected to it, if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and even as far as the upgrades, I think it's cool what they tried to do with the upgrade menu, because you can be driving your car, and they have this thing called the Easy Drive menu that pops out, and you can do everything. And it's the same upgrades for every car, but, I mean, it kind of takes away from, you know, going into the garage, you know, and hand-selecting each, you know, brake upgrade or
Did you have any trouble when you're, like, being chased by the cops and you hit like their spike strip and you have reinflatable tires, like going to the menu to do your reinflatable, and you like drive into a wall because you can't watch what you're doing and drive and do the Easy Drive menu at the same time. I mean, it's a great system, it is, but in race, now in theory you can change your upgrades in the middle of a race for your car. Like if you hit an off-road section, you can change to off-road tires.
In theory, but you got to have really fast reflexes and a lot of peripheral vision to know what's going on.
I lost races when I tried to. I got caught by the cops when I tried to do that in the middle of a chase or a race.
Well, it's like texting and driving, basically.
It is. It is like this game encourages that, which is not good, but it also encourages, you know, street racing, which is all. So don't do things in this game in real life. Just do them in the game. You're so right. Now, for me, this was like really a pick up and play racer. Like Forza, I'm always working towards something. And this one, like, I think I'll play, and I always feel like I'm in the middle of a car chase scene from a Michael Bay movie. You know, that's like fun for like 15, 20 minutes.
But that's how you benefit. That's how you progress in the game, is by cool crashes or by speeds. There's no cash system. It's all based on points that you get from that kind of stuff. So, or evading the cops for a certain amount of time. It's cool. It's definitely an arcade game, like you said, a pick up and play. If you're a racing cynic, a realistic racing cynic, you're probably not going to have as much fun with it. You should stick to Forza. But I think, in a general perspective, a lot of people can enjoy Need for Speed.
You know, the only real sense of progression you get is working your way up the most wanted list. And those are kind of fun. Man, those races are tough.
Yeah.
And this is a tough game. I mean, it's not easy, but I enjoyed the challenge. It never felt unfair. I didn't like the rubber band AI. No matter how far ahead you were, you're always barely winning. You know, or no matter how far behind you get, you can still catch up, which I like that part. I don't like losing at nothing. But you know what I'm saying. But you work your way up the most wanted list, and I was thinking about the most wanted list. And, you know, most of the time you don't want to be on one of those. You don't want to be on a most wanted list unless you're like a notorious street racer in a video game. But there is one most wanted list I realized that we do want to be on. You remember the story of the sons of Sceva in Acts chapter 19? Those guys were going around casting out demons and like, in the name of Paul, I cast you out.
Oh yeah, and the people were trying to hunt them down because of that, because they were helping people.
So they encounter these demons, and this demon says, "Well, Paul I know, and Jesus I know, but who are you?" And they beat him up. And you know, that story reminds me that we can be among the most wanted list in Satan's kingdom. Now that sounds kind of scary, but remember who our God is. He's big. He's behind us. We have the same spirit that was in Christ. We have nothing to fear. Yeah. And so it's good to be notorious in the kingdom of Satan. In fact, if you're not notorious in the kingdom of Satan, what are you doing with your Christian life? You should be well known. Yeah. They should be able to say, hey, Will I know, Yo I know, Jesus I know, but you don't want them to say, but who are you? And then, you know, kick your butt. So I thought that was kind of like, yeah, I could be wanted on Satan's most wanted list. I mean, it's kind of scary, but then again, I have a big God, so really not all that scary.
Yeah, you don't really have to worry about being caught.
Yeah, exactly. So what would you give Need for Speed Most Wanted?
I would give it a 5.5 out of 7.
Okay,
because it's a good arcade, but I mean there's still a little things here or there graphic wise that I'd like to tweak.
Yeah, you know, the races are fun. The police chases are relentless, almost to the point of being frustrating, but still fun.
Yeah.
But like you said, I mean, there's not a huge sense of progression, not a huge sense of ownership. You get into the game, first 5 minutes, you know exactly what the game's about.
Yeah.
You're not going to have any surprises. But there's lots to explore. The crashes are pretty spectacular.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd give it about the same. I'd give it about a 5.5 out of 7. I mean, I really enjoyed it. Like I said, it's like being in a Michael Bay chase scene.
Yeah, if all the time. If you're just looking to cruise and enjoy some explosions, it is the perfect game for you.
Yeah, if you're looking for something a little more realistic, that's what you have Forza Horizon for. But man, 2 epically awesome open world racers this year.
Totally.
We are blessed.
Yeah, right?
I'll be giving thanks this Thanksgiving for the awesome racers that we have. So you can read our full review at our website.
Yeah, go to gameandmovieguide.com and also follow us on our social networking sites for any news updates, giveaways. It's facebook.com/gameandmovieguide.
And we'll see you next time.